YouTube and Twitch. Kind of a freaky transition there on the main screen. Welcome back to another stream. This is going to be my benchmarks. I'm just going to be trying to do a little bit of testing just to get some FPS numbers before the wipe comes, which obviously is going to be this Thursday. Okay, yeah. But I think it's going to be in the next couple weeks, so I'm just going to get some benchmarking out of the way today. We're just going to do some offline stuff. Just probably sit here, talk about the hardcore wipe, talk about what's coming up, because this is a very it seems very, what's the word, divisive, very, it's causing a lot of controversy in the community, which is very interesting because I assumed everybody who played Tarkov liked being tortured, so obviously having a hardcore wipe would probably be more up their alley. We'll find out though. We'll see how that rolls. You know, whenever this goes up. I do want to say though that my Twitch chat isn't working, which is awesome. That's one of the things. Why is this? Huh. That's interesting. That's going to be a little bit of an issue, but we can make it work. No big deal. Let me do the usual stuff. Let me ping the Discord, all that stuff. You know the deal. I've done it a billion times before, so do it again. Grab this over here. Overall though, as far as like the hardcore wipe, also let me move my mic a little bit so while I'm looking at my second PC you can actually hear me. I think there's some really good stuff coming with the hardcore wipe. I've really thought for a long time that Tarkov, the end game of Tarkov kind of sucks. And it's just not, frankly, it's not my thing. Not worth the time for me to even attempt to try to do because of how painful it is to even get there. And the early wipe is arguably the most fun part of Tarkov because that's when everybody's struggling. You know, that's when everybody doesn't really have that much, which I think is sort of the whole point of Tarkov, is to be struggling and to not like to piece together kits and stuff like that. So the fact that we had, you know, at least over the past couple of years, it has basically turned into money printing simulator. When you get, you know, a higher level hideout and high-end traders, you're just going to start, especially with Arena. I mean, that's arguably the biggest thing that's also impacted the economy, and of course the Bitcoin farm, but you know, that's sort of bundled with the hideout. But I don't think that, I don't think this wipe's going to be everything in terms of that. I don't know. I don't think it's going to really curb the people who are going to be grinding it all the time, which you really can't do. I've kind of come to the acceptance stage of, you know, the people who are going to be playing for crazy amounts of time are just going to get that crazy amount of gear unless you limit that gear. So I don't know. I do like the fact that the trader is going to be brought down more, and there's going to be less stuff available on the traders. I want that excitement of having a place in raid that like, or things that you find in raid that you're excited about finding. You know what I mean? Right now, you're kind of, I feel like, especially with how much money everybody's had, not me because I fucking suck at the game, but with how much money everybody's had, there's not really that much excitement when you get other people's gear and when you get like high-end valuable shit, because you already have so much money in the first place that it doesn't even fucking matter, because you're just printing money out the wazoo from your hideout and you can transfer 1 million rubles from Arena. Kind of just, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose, you know what I mean? So we'll see what they do about the Arena stuff. Let me ping the Discord though, hold on. Live doing my benchmarks for pre-wipe. For the next wipe, for the hardcore wipe. That's what I should say. Boom. Grab this link, grab the Twitch. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't know why my Twitch chat in OBS, I've got like an OBS plugin for my Twitch chat and it's just not working. Wait, let me pull up, wait, is my YouTube stream working? Let me pull it up on my phone. So I just need to make sure that actually, why am I transitioning to that? Let me make sure everything's good. It is. Okay, we're good there. Thank you. It's a Twitch. The Twitch chat doc that I have is just like broken, dude. I don't know what happened. Add Twitch chat. Oh, this is gonna... I hope this doesn't break everything. Oh, God. Guys, the stream's gonna break. Everything's gonna be over in about 5 seconds. And I really apologize for that. That's my... Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is probably why it broke. Never mind. Never mind, I got this. Hold on. I know why it broke. Give me a second. There it is. Why did that... Why do you always threaten us? That's not a threat. That's not a threat. No, that's not a threat. What did I say? What was a threat? Just upgrading from an R5 2600 to a 5600, or is upgrading from that worth it in Tarkov? Well, firstly, before I even say yes or no, the basic answer is yes, but you should probably just be buying a 5700X 3D instead. Because buying a 5600, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. I would probably just save up, unless you're like really concerned about the budget. I would just save up an extra like $100, get the 5700X 3D, and have a much better experience for a longer amount of time. Ending our stream, it's always us that gets done first. Well, Twitch is the secondary, you know, it's like, I have, okay. It's, and I don't say secondary, that's not like I'm ranking you guys, okay? You guys are equal, okay? I love both of you. The Twitch stream is just streamed from a plugin in my OBS for multiple outputs. In the future, Twitch will probably be swapped to my primary one. But I have not done that yet. Because I'm a lazy bum. So that would be an issue to that whole thing there. Let me just, for the sake of my sanity, when I come back and check this out, here's my settings that I'm rocking right now, future me, because I know you're going to be up at like 11 p.m. Testing your benchmarks and realizing that you probably had like sharpness on 0.6 instead of 0.5, like a loser. So here's what I'm running right now, future me, just so you can go back and look at that and you know, be set in that. And then I'm also running this stuff in the background. There's what I got. Just by the way, Clementine, appreciate you. Oh, that's right, it's all bosses. All 100%. Well, look what the cat dragged in. What's up, Wild? Good to see you. I'm planning on buying 5800X 3D and a 3090. You probably won't be able to find a 5800X 3D because they're like out of stock. I'm staying on AM4. You're gonna buy a whoa, and a 3090. Are you buying it used? What? Wait, my loss. What's the meta here? Okay, used. Okay. I think, what should we do first, chat? I think it's fair to open Capframe X. Don't you think? That would be pretty fucking smart, man. Okay, let's get that open. Usual stuff. The overlay should hook. Yep, there it is. So it should come up any second. Boop. There we go. I also want to look like a dumbass on stream today and work on this overlay, because I'd like one that's smaller slightly, just to have as like a backup when I don't want it to take up a bajillion% of my screen. Good, I'm just seeing Streets run on 14th gen plus 9060 XT yourself. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's dude, I want to get a 9060 XT so bad for my streaming rig. I'm itching, bro. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, $370. I could, but I was like, no. I don't need it. The 7600 is fine. I was having some issues with editing though for some reason where it wasn't using GPU acceleration and took like 50 billion years to render a little video that I did. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. Oh, there's no boss on Ground Zero, I forgot. CPU bound like a motherfucker, yeah. Basically any modern GPU that has enough VRAM is fine for Tarkov, realistically at this point. Let's go for the streets first. This is fair. Oh, somebody saw Hitman over there for a second. I don't know if you guys saw that picture. Hey, Billy, what's up? Dynamic, what's up, Zimbabwe? What's up, Obama? And the upgrade on the CPU side for Tark is viable option to make the game smoother, but I believe it is way more optimized today than when I started in 2023. If I said something, I would get in big trouble. Very big trouble. And I don't want to get in big trouble. Not a sky, but oh, am I going to online? Was that online or offline? I thought I went to offline. Did I? That's my bad. You know, I don't have the muscle memory. It's been a minute. I don't have the muscle memory of sitting here and benchmarking for 15 hours in silence and suffering. Oh, well, maybe I did it. I don't even, I do it so often that I don't even remember if I did it. Okay. Now we're good. I started on an i3 and a GTX 700. Well, I'm glad you're off of that. Did you guys hear, by the way, they're gonna stop driver support for 900 series and 1000 series? I almost said 10,000 series. So rest in peace, 1080 Ti. You were the GOAT. But that's gonna be with driver version 580, I think. It's gonna be the last patch for, or the last non-security patch for those era GPUs. So expect to see a bunch of those up on eBay for like dirt cheap. But I mean, they're not gonna like stop working, obviously. They just will stop getting driver updates and support, so I'm sure there's gonna be some like modder though, who's gonna keep it up like they do with like the RX 580 drivers. Yeah, it kind of sucks because the 1080 Ti was still okay. Power guzzler, obviously, but it still got the job done. Gonna go to our usual spot. 11 gigabytes was cool, and then they did that for the 2080 Ti as well, right? And then that was like a weird stepchild. Is it wipe day already? No. Wipe soon. You like that word? It's a classic. Certified classic. I'm assuming, to be honest, like to be genuinely honest, my thoughts, you never wipe after shit. Not Tarkov players. They are going to probably wipe at the end of this month to stay in the timeline. They're either going to wipe at the end of this month or they're going to wipe like July 16th. And then, is July 16th a Thursday? I'm not sure. But either of those times are going to wipe. And then they're going to wipe when I go on vacation this December. And I'm going to throw my $750 monitor out of my window to the concrete. And then I'm going to run it over with my car. So that's going to be awesome. So expect a delayed settings guide when that wipe drops, when 1.0 drops, because I'll be on vacation. What settings do you run, or do you have it posted somewhere? I think I have an exclamation mark settings. The settings I'm running right now are just for me benchmarking CPU bound. So Don't, obviously this doesn't look exactly appealing, you know. The game is a skull crusher already and they made it more hardcore, for fuck's sake. Here's the issue. Here's the thing. I don't know how to say this, okay? Imagine... Think of, like, Tetris, okay? Tetris is a difficult game, right? Because over time the difficulty scales. So you're anticipating it getting harder and harder and harder, and you have to keep up pace to keep playing and keep getting a higher score. Okay? The hardcoreness of Tarkov isn't a gradual progression into hardcoreness, okay? The hardness in Tarkov is like playing Tetris and then like a 7.62 by 54R round from a PKM comes through your living room window and hits your screen, and then you have to start ducking for cover and running away because your house is getting sprayed down by a PKM out of nowhere. That is Tarkov hardness. Tarkov hardness is just completely just like random, like, okay, I'm chilling, I'm looting, I'm like just, you know, keeping an eye out for things, and the most random fucking thing happens and you're just fucking dead. Or like somebody, like, it's like sitting in your living room playing Tetris again, and then somebody just like Superman's into your living room, flying with a cape on their back, with an M4 pointed while they're proning, and then one-shotting you in the head. And then flying in. And they're like a level 3 account, you know, on the post-raid screen that you have in real life. That's Tarkov, yeah. Valid reaction to missing wipe. The game is a skull crusher, yeah. Well, that's, yeah, I just responded to that. Hello. Also, living in third world countries really sucks, man. A 5800 X3D is a month and a half salary. What about the 5700 X3D? The 5800 X3D is like out of stock, basically. It sounds like it's gonna be a wipe of scavs. They're gonna like delay the scav timer or some shit. I don't know what they're gonna do. What's the game version? 16.7. That's my usual spot. I'll know that's my usual spot. Is volumetric lighting still worth using? Yeah. Voice crack. I love it. I love it. I'm like, I don't know. So when does like, I need to figure out how to stop that from happening, because it's genuinely, it's got to a point. When is my voice gonna stop? When can I just like, am I just like going through second puberty? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, so how's growing up going? I don't know, bro. Apparently, I'm gonna crash out about it, dude. I'm gonna like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to talk. You guys mind? I'll just like lower my tone, right? We'll just talk like this. I'll be like moist critical. Valid reaction to the missing wipe. Well, about the cheaters I met for the. There it is! I didn't even do that for the clip. I'm gonna crash out. Alright. I have one more benchmark. Fuck. Like literally, okay. What about the cheaters I met 4 legit cheaters in 1500 hours? I haven't met that many cheaters either. There's been like, off the top of my head, probably about that much that I can remember. But in Tarkov, it's also really hard for you to tell, you know? Men actually go through a second voice change around 30s. Not very well-known fact. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be great. Yeah, next stream he's gonna start sounding like Thor. I'll get that started. So the interesting thing is that men actually go through a what they call a second voice change when they're 30, right? That's the interesting thing. I also worked at Blizzard. Did you know that I worked at Blizzard? This is a snowflake. I worked at Blizzard for 6 years. and then I worked for the CIA. Never mind. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, this is that's enough of that benchmark. There might be a hope with AI voice filters. How do you know I'm not already using one? Huh? How do you know? This could be fake. It's fake all along. I'm actually 15 years old now. I'm going. My voice is going all over the place. I need to stop. I need to stop. Like, genuinely, the voice cracks. Like, every time it happens when I'm recording. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. I actually, like, pisses me off, dude. Pisses me off. It pisses me off so bad. I don't know when it's gonna stop. But it needs to. Because I'm sick and tired of it. Where should I go to benchmark, besides streets? We need a factory. Let's get a default. I need a factory run. Clem, did your dad work at Blizzard? He actually was a floor installer. Yeah. Didn't actually work at Blizzard. I mean, you could... He's probably worked in a Blizzard. Does that count? I could put that on my resume, right? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Sure, good. Okay, good. Alright. Home, sweet home. Home is where the heart is. That's what I heard from Hallmark. Let's go ahead and close that door again. I'm gonna go back to my OG spot. Hope I'm still CPU bottlenecked. Oh. Oh. That works. Let me just quickly make sure I'm aiming in the right spot here. Okay. Yep. That works. Send it.
Capture started.
You know what? If you listen closely to your voice, it sounds like you have two different pitches depending on what letter you're saying. That's true. That is actually true because, okay. Something that I've noticed, and I don't know why I do this, is I literally have different like octaves that I speak in. Like, and I don't know why, like, this tone here that I'm like this pitch, right? I have this pitch, and then I have this pitch that I'm talking in, right? It's like, and I switch between that so often, I bet that's where the voice cracks come in. I need to talk to Moist. Where's Critical? Where's Charlie? Where's Charlie? We've been talking for a while. I need to figure out what's his method. But that actually, like, Boomer, unironically, that is it. Like, I'd realize after, like, a while, I remember when I first, like, started, making videos, I thought that I was really, like, monotone, and I was like, shit, like, that's bad. I can't, like, stay engaging like that. And so I tried, like, for a while. I remember talking to one of my friends about it. He even, like, sat in the recording while I was recording just to make me seem more energetic, because I'd always sound really, like... He'd be like, you sound like you're bored as fuck. And I'm like, well, I'm not bored as fuck. It's like, this is just how I speak. And then... I think overall, I've developed a little bit of a YouTuber accent, I feel, unfortunately. Just from making videos for so long. I notice sometimes when I'm editing, I'm like, I said that in the typical, like, today in this tutorial, we're going to be talking about what to do to optimize your Tarkov settings the most. And I have, like, that stupid, like, you know, default tutorial accent. I think really the solution is for me to just run those stupid TikTok AI voices as my main voice for the videos. You guys wouldn't mind if I changed that up, right? I think that'd be pretty good. Could be just some nervousness. At the start, probably was. Most of the time now when I'm recording though, I'm not nervous. I would say, like, I'm really used to it at this point. But it's... I have this picture in my head of what I'm going to say. And sometimes, of course, like, I stumble when I'm recording and stuff like that. And, like, I have a bunch of outtakes of random shit where I just, like, fuck something up. I mean, I leave some of those in the videos. You guys have seen that before, where I'll just, like, leave it in the video. You sound hot. Oh, thank you. That's way better than I look. All right. Awesome. Shout out self-confidence. I should probably... I have these at 30 seconds. You know what? Having a couple benchmarks is fine. That's okay. That's okay. Because I can aggregate them after. It's okay. Even singers struggle with changing the frequency of their voice. Listen, guys. I don't mean to brag, but I was in choir in high school. I mean, I didn't want to leak that. I figured you could probably tell, right? I figured you'd probably know just by my pristine pronunciation of everything and how I never mess up saying anything ever. I'm very on top of how I say things. That I was in choir. I was in honors choir. I was in the part of the choir that you had to sign up for and willingly go into after school. You might ask, like, why did I do that? I don't have an answer for you. I think I was guilt tripped into it because I felt like they kept saying they really needed a baritone. And it was just when I was, like, my voice went deeper. Because I entered into freshman year of high school, my voice was still really high. I think I have some, like, old clips, maybe I'll show those on stream one day of, like, my voice when it was higher. But, like, and freshman year my voice was still high, and I remember, like, praying, and I was like, Lord, like, my voice is fucking, like, what the hell is happening, dude? Like, I'm in freshman year of high school, I'm the tallest guy in the class, and I sound like I'm a middle-aged soccer mom. This needs to change as soon as possible. Like, this needs to be, like, this is crazy. And then I remember, like, summer of freshman year, like, after I got through freshman year, like, it just, like, fucking, like, it was done. Like, all of a sudden, it just dropped like a fucking rock. And then I had choir as a class. I was, like, forced into it. And then they were like, oh, you have a really nice voice. You should, like, join our honors choir and you can get extra, like, credits or whatever for it. And I was like, oh, motherfucker. Okay. Shit. I guess and it wasn't that bad. Honestly, like, to be real about it, I did, like, I liked the people in there. I liked the teacher. Like, it was a fun experience. Like, it wasn't a terrible experience. But I obviously, I don't know if I'd ever do that again, but it was fun. You know, I don't actually regret it. But it really depends. Like, I think the people that were in it really made it for me. If there wasn't, like, the people who were there, it probably would have been a lot worse experience for me. I almost, unironically, listen, guys, this is a little bit traumatic for me, okay? I was almost a theater kid, guys. This close. I could have been a different person. I could have been, you wouldn't even be seeing me right now. Could you? Ooh, that would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. Keep in mind, y'all, like, by the time I was, like, sophomore, junior year of high school, when I was in, like, honors choir and stuff, I was a big kid, okay? I was, like, what was I? I was probably, like, 6'1" at that point, maybe 6'2", but I doubt it. are we getting charged for this session? What? But that was probably around my peak weight. I think I peaked weight in like junior or senior year of high school. I was probably 6'1", realistically, and I was like 285 pounds, I think. It was like my peak weight. So I was like a big guy. Big dude. And I was like, I remember like they tried to like get me to sign up, but I was like, I can't, like, because I was very like ashamed about, you know, being big. I was like, I don't like how I look. I changed up obviously when I got into college and stuff, because I was doing a lot more walking, and I was working out a lot too. So I'm trying to get back into that now, but that's probably why. Honestly, being overweight was probably saved my life, because I didn't go into theater. So, score. Remember, kids, if you don't want to get peer pressured, just become overweight. That's the meta, alright? Any idea how big of an improvement I could do Mongolian throat singing? I just saw that. Oh my god. That would be on my Patreon. Any idea how big of a performance improvement can one expect from going from the 5000 XVD to the 7000 XVD to the 9000 XVD? I mean, I'm just gonna be pulling numbers out of my ass if I just cite it to you. Okay. It depends on the memory configuration, though. I mean, realistically, I would say 5000 XVD is about 20% worse than 7000 XVD, which is typically about 25% worse than the 9000 XVD. It depends on the scenario, though. That is also me pulling numbers out of my ass, and if you actually want to see the differences, there are a bunch of people in my Discord who have, like, every CPU you could possibly imagine. You could probably just ask in there and somebody can, like, give you their benchmarks. I gave up, I'm still big. Well, if you removed it from your name, maybe that would change. You think about that? Food for thought, you know? I go, like... average Psycho Daddy. What's the... barely overweight Psycho Daddy. That's the meta. Did my Cafe Max, did it crash? No, it didn't. Okay. Hey, what's up, intro? Is this an offline raid? Yeah, this is an offline raid right now. I'm just running some CPU bound tests.
Capture started.
Clem, pretending he's not already 30 and experiencing it. Okay. I'm not 30. I'm not 30, y'all. I am 21 years old. I'm not 30 years old. I do not have kids, okay? Bro, 6'2", 280 isn't really that big. I was 6'1", 240, offensive lineman. Yeah, but a lot of it was fat. Like, it wasn't muscle.
Capture
like,
finished.
There's a difference between being like 280 and being bulk as fuck. Like, and just being being fat, you know? Pure, oh yeah, Pure did some tests on XVD, yeah. My heart's given out at this point. I mean, cardio's still good, bro. I mean, you know, your heart, like, if you have heart issues, it's one thing, obviously, but still getting the movement in is always good for you. Right? I'm not a doctor, but... I get around 100 to 110 FPS near the pocket watch truck with a 4070 Super and a 9000 XVD and 30 gigs of RAM. Really? That's scary. That's frightening. I mean, I can run like a custom scav. I thought customs got better recently. Am I crazy for saying that?
Capture start.
Clem, can I see your current settings, please? Yeah, they're also in exclamation mark settings, but I can show them in a second. Ignore the upscaling though. Yeah, but I mean, making the maps bigger, it's gonna make it harder to run. It's just kind of par for the course, you know? Usual stuff.
Capture finished.
WTF, this may be my last sub. I have a rule where I don't sub to people that is the same or younger age than my daughter.
What? Okay. No. What do you mean, what? You have been a sub for 4 months. You have been a sub for 4 months. There's no way you didn't know. Like, this has come up. You have been here for such a long amount of time. This had to have come up before before this moment. Clearly, this has come up all the time. I refuse to believe that. Unk, the way you stand still and watch numbers that don't matter is so tough. Keep it up, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. That really makes me feel great. That makes me feel fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. It does make me feel tough too, you know? It makes me feel like I'm right and people on the internet are wrong, and that's what it's all about, you know? As a content creator, you have to be morally superior, right? And never admit when you're wrong. That's what I heard, anyway. That's what I was taught. 21, I sound younger at 27, bro. You don't sound 21 even with how you talk. What do you... I just have a slight Chicagoan accent. I don't know. I've actually been watching you on YouTube for like a year now. That's case in point. Don't listen, he's like 30s. No. Ja, don't even start that shit. It's literally the joke in our friend group on Ja Gamer 567 that you're the old one. No. Don't start that. Don't try to chime in here. Don't try to chime in. The knees, I can hear the knees. Okay, whoa, hold on. I do have joints that crack. Okay, I do. Like my ankles. Like, will they? Wait, hold on, wait, let me see. Did you hear that? It's not gonna happen again for like a couple minutes. But my ankles do crack. But that doesn't mean that I'm 30. That does not mean that I'm 30. That is just a genetic thing. That doesn't mean that I'm old. It's not how that works. Also, 30 isn't old. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Clem, why are you so scared of the 30 word? You still have another 20 years left of good living. I don't know why I felt like that was like a slightly veiled threat. You still have another 20 years left. Enjoy the next 20 years. Okay. No, I know you didn't mean it like that. That's not why I like thought of that at first. It's like, oh. Jesus, okay. 27 starts feeling gray. Okay. I'm an uncle of 2, bro. Okay. December 28th, 2025. Your time is short. White with blue New Balances will fix a lot of your upcoming issues. Okay. Can I write that down? Hold on. Just put that down real quick. I did wear New Balances for a long amount of time already, so I think I'm already prepped. How does it feel knowing the day you'll die? Is this Los's chat? You can't just say that. Not old, but taking notes. Yeah, I mean, just for the future. I'll put that on my calendar and Google will remind me in like 15 years. Oh my god, I still have FSR and Ultra Performance. Oh, I can't see shit. What did I just... Well, hold on. What did I just read? Hear me out. You know you can do some wiggle type of video about performance and make them move their asses. like the wiggle that killed Tarkov, I am not making a video titled The Twerking That Killed Tarkov. So we're just gonna cut that one off right there, right from the get-go. What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? What's going on? Oh shit. I thought I broke my legs. God forbid I try to make you feel better about your age. I bet you're older than me, Dynamic. I would bet money that you're actually like 23. I would bet money. I would. Statistically, for my viewership, that makes sense to bet on. What is bro talking about? Could you make a video where instead of the wiggle type of video, it was about performance, but they started shaking their asses instead? What? What? What are we talking about? Can you make it wiggle? Can you can you make a video about throwing it back on me crazy style or no? Can this be arranged? It's like, okay. Wait, how old are you? I'm 21. Wiggle, shake it for 30 plus FPS. Yeah. Yeah. These are the moves. These are the moves that are gonna make you perform better and perform better. Okay? Wiggle is the new SFC scan. Yep. It is. That's what I heard. Twerk meta. You think they're gonna add emotes for throwing it back in the hardcore wipe? Also, intro, this is where you wanted me to be, right? This is what I'm rocking. This is an online raid too, by the way. Let me find a place where I can sit so you can, like, test. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm just gonna look at the top of that. No wonder Dr. Disrespect loves your content. No. Okay, see, this is gonna look crazy. No, he watched it on stream once. He watched it on stream once. I had nothing to do with that. I never affiliated with him. I never talked to him before. He doesn't know who I am. Okay.
EFT is not a fun game.
Carbon, thank you for the gifted, dude. To Wild, that's huge. Thank you, man. I do not want to be in the Diddy camp. Nope. Don't want to. Nope. No. I'll pass on that. Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, there it is.
When I was 21, I didn't even know the hotkeys for copy and paste. Even though my daughter is older than you, big props.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It really... Oh man, that was about to be a really dark joke. That was about to be really dark. Can I say that? I mean, it happened to me. I guess I could... But now, this is sounding worse if I don't say it. Okay. Really the key to learning a lot about technology is being a nerd, and really not having a father really helped out a lot with that. I was able to spend a lot of time on the computer. Shout out to my mom though. That's my day one. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Wait, why am I not a computer genius? This can't be. Carbon benchmark. Wait, benchmark that baby oil. Set it back to using 8 cores to get way more frames. What'd you have it at before? Why am I looting, by the way? Learning throughout your life is the best way to combat Alzheimer's. That's why I got this channel, dude. I'm always learning on this. Glad you said it because it wasn't even that bad. Yeah, if I didn't say it, people would have thought that was way worse. People would have thought that was a lot worse. I stream 2 times a week, okay? And I have been doing that. You can't say I haven't been doing that. I've been pretty on top of that. Should I go get into fights? Should I go to those gunfights? I don't need the money or anything because I'm insanely rich, so... Oh. Oh, those are scavs. Okay. Gonna be some long streams for Big Red and the new wipe. You know it, brother. That's my place. Oh, hey guys. Clem, can you do a reserve benchmark? I can. I do have some from a little bit ago. Why would you gunfight if you could just abandon the raid? You see something? Did you see something? Where are you going? What are you got in there? He's upstairs. Am I full auto? Oh. I'm gonna sneak up. The rat method. 4 of my friends quit this game because FPS. What? Was it really that bad? Where is this guy? Oh, I think I just saw his shadow. Oh! Oh! On the jammed shot! On the jammed shot! Holy shit. Damn, brother! Oh, you got a little bit of style on you. Oh. Wait, what? I sense a disturbance in the force. Did he know? No, he wouldn't have known that I was coming up here. I don't think he did. Level 6? Nobody's playing this wipe. That has to be a cheater. It's not real. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab everything he knows and loves in solid defense. Okay. Oop. We all, yeah, the human eye can't see above 23 FPS, yeah, so... Dude, this thing... Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I? The railroad. I'm going to the railroad. Somewhere on the railroad. Railroad. I can't. Gonna run some street testing next. Got 100 FPS at Lexus. Expecting a bit more now. Above 108 FPS is 180 FPS is kind of redundant. You're not a pro gamer. Clearly something's wrong. You can't tell the difference between 180 FPS and 200? What the fuck? No, it's perfectly reasonable. Really, frame pacing is arguably one of the most important things. By the way, you increase page file, right? I do not. I just have it on a dip. he is such a bitch. Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you understand? I need you to comprehend that for a second, just how much of a loser that guy is. Just think about it for a moment. Because you're telling me... No, you're telling... Yeah, see, no. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Like, actual brain rot behavior. And if you're a PMC, I'm gonna start tweaking. I'm gonna start losing it if you're a PMC, brother. I don't know if I have painkillers. I may need to lose it. Oh, I do. You're a PMC. So you are actually... No. You're telling... No. What's your... No. Yeah, we're just gonna take that. There's no shot you did that. There's no way you're doing that. For what? What are you doing that for? I don't understand it. I don't understand. What are we doing, buddy? Why? Huh? What's the fucking point? Now I'm taking your gun out of raid out of spite. That's out of spite, brother. I don't even need it. I'm gonna sell it the fence just because you made that stupid ass dumb decision. What are we doing, brother? Give me that shit. I just started a benchmark. Give me that shit. Thank you. You're gonna need a mag back. Freak. The fuck? You got me messed up. Aren't you excited for having to transit to certain maps for benchmarking? It's gonna make me tear up, I think. I should go to that one over there. I can't even sprint. I'm gonna run out of health. I have nothing to heal with. That is the most loser behavior I've ever heard in my life. Unironically, that is disappointing. That's like genuinely disappointing that he sat there for that amount of time. He also ran out of ammo. He sprayed that whole mag. You have health. Oh, I'll take that. Hard game makes great rats. Yeah, I guess so, brother. You're right. It's actually saddening. Sounds like an awesome challenge to see how much RAM the game can use. Dude, I'm so pumped. The transit actually does sound cool. It's like how they wanted the game to be, where you go through to different maps. Don't know how it's gonna run though. We'll find out. It's gonna be cool. Why am I going to this? I can't even take that, can I? No, it's transit now, isn't it? I'm hyped for the next wipe personally. Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice change of pace. I'll play it for like, you know, a couple weeks probably and then fall off. But who knows, it might be more engaging than I think. It's just making, with the issues that people experience, whether it be with cheaters or with performance or with stability, having all those issues while still making the game more hardcore is going to make losing to bugs and stuff like that even more of a pain in the ass. People are probably going to get more pissed about those things because it's going to have more of an impact on their game. Isn't this the extract? Yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. Should be on your level, all the Timmies running around. They weren't even running. One was proning next to a garbage can. The amount of people who have... There's actually been like several people who have taken that spot before. That's so sad. That's actually very sad. You guys are staying in the stash. Yeah, fuck it. Too lazy to do the rest of it. Get rid of it. The state of... What's the state? Can we get about... what's the state of Escape from Tarkov right now? Is Escape from Tarkov dying? Question mark? Red text? Red arrow? PMC with a black bar over his eyes? Is it dead? Is Tarkov dying? Is it? It's a poor level 15. Well, that's not them. $53 raids. Damn. Huh? Is this so is anyone else is anyone else 20 is that PMC or is that Scav? Or is that both? Hey, quick question. Is your setup compatible with the Ryzen 7 9000 XVD and a 9070 XT? Also, do you know Transit is still coming out this wipe? The Transit stuff's coming this wipe. They released a... it's all combined. Okay. But they released, like, brochures talking about what's coming this wipe. But my setup... Is my setup compatible? What do you mean by that? Like, is it comparable? I mean, besides the fact that I have an Nvidia GPU, I mean... Yeah, you can compare against mine. As long as you have like similar settings when you're benchmarking, it'll be relatively comparable. I kind of feel like putting a he has 1,500 hours though. Yeah, no, wait, he has 1,500 hours. To be fair, it's like the worst scenario in the game right now. That's me, lol. I promise I'm not cheating. Is that actually you? If that's actually you, that's so funny. That's unironically really funny. Maybe he's just a he might be. He's putting in some practice for hardcore. He might be, yeah. Yeah, I recognized your name. Oh shit, okay. Alright, so that was you. Okay, cool. Alright. That's good. You weren't the guy who was ratting, so you're cool. Also, I don't know if you saw the clip where I killed you, but the shot that I killed you with jammed in my gun. So if I didn't hit that shot, I would have died. So that was like I literally killed like the shot that I killed you with, my gun jammed, and I thought I was like fucked, but you just dropped dead. So that was cool. That was that was pretty meta. Yeah, I'm really worried with the game coming out 1.0 in like 6 months. Less than 6 months. Obviously, it's still coming out in 2025, right? Hit me right in the noggin. Yeah, I saw your arms fly up. Well, it's hard, Soup. It's hard to say because we don't have the statistics, you know? Like, it's all just anecdotal evidence from people. Get good, kid. You're nothing. Be nice. He's kidding. Hold on. Guys, I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom after that exhilarating match. If you didn't know already, by the way, I am on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to go to your preferred platform, make sure you do that. And I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Also, stay hydrated. Grab some water. Okay. Oh, stand up, stretch, drink some water. Actually, I'm gonna grab some water right now. Yep. Shout out Kroger. Okay. We're back. Back to work. 14 minutes on the scav. I think the plan here is going to be reserve. That's right, you want to see reserve. I think I have a place in reserve that I usually benchmark, so let's go try to jog my memory on that. And we'll do that. Boom. Let's go to this screen for a little bit. Make it a little bit more cozy. Just do the trick. Let me see real quick. Alright. I heard they optimized this map last time. Wild, you know what the hold on. Let me pull it up. I have it somewhere. Post-patch reserve facing dome train. Pre-patch reserve facing dome. So there's one. So that one looks great, right? That one looks pretty good. CPU bound. Let's go for pre-patch reserve Blackhawk pawn. Post-patch reserve Blackhawk. Like, it gets to a point. Like, it gets to a point where you try, and I'm like, okay. I think I did a second one of those. Where is the second one? Oh no, I did that for Vaulted Night. Let me do, hold on, wait. Pre-patch, Vaulted Night. Shit, like the FPS was going all over the place because it kept turning foggy, not foggy, foggy, not foggy. Weather was going all over the place, and I was like, I can't even I can't find a difference. It's just, there's so much of a variable, I can't even fucking find a difference. It's crazy. Ridiculous. So I gave up and called it a wash. I was like, fuck it. I was debating making a video on it. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking make a video on it. I'm like, no, this is too much to just find like maybe a slight increase. Or it might even only be visible online. In which case I'm even more fucked. X3D I got 2 weeks ago is running quite well. My 4070 Super is holding it back. You could run a little bit of DLSS action on there. If you feel like it. I don't know, there was somewhere on this road, I think, where I was benchmarking. So let me switch here. Is it this? Doesn't feel like it. So let me pause that for now. There was some place where I was it this barrel? Because I had like a straight shot all the way down. DLSS quality, you already am, but I'm still GPU bound in most scenarios. I mean, that's the power of the 9800X3D for you. Boom. Okay. Run it.
Capture started.
What are we doing? Oh, wait, is it foggy? Oh my god, again. It's cloudy at least. What are we doing? I'm just benchmarking. Just trying to get some pre-wipe benchmarks in. Just for comparison's sake. Then the occasional scav run. Did they have anything,
Capture
any
finished.
other optimizations on the roadmap? I thought they removed the ones for interchange and another map. I forgot. I thought they just like scrubbed those under the rug on the roadmap and got rid of them. I was running a Ryzen 5 7600 before. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a huge jump. 9000 X3D doubled my FPS. Yeah. That's a massive jump. Let me write this. This is going to be a very detailed comment here. Oops. So this is 0.16, 0.7.1, reserve, cloudy, barrel, near, night. I'm going from the 7600 to the 7800 X3D. It's also good. It's also a great upgrade. That's what I'm on right now. And this is an if the 9800 X3D, like, if the 9800 X3D is like 450 and you're getting a 7800 X3D for like 375, I would probably say I would just save and go for a 9800 X3D. But if you're getting a 7800 X3D for like 350 USD or something, then yeah, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Once the 7800 X3D gets close to like 400 bucks, then it's gonna, I mean, is it still in stock? It is still in stock, right? It's still readily available. I'm just gonna grab that one. Maybe I should run it again. Let's grab one more.
Capture started.
Just for the hell of it. Why am I hearing? I feel like there's like background noise. I see something like popping up in the mic. Might be crazy. What do they... Is there any... Did they say anything? And those of you who are actually like listening to stuff in the Tarkov community might know.
Capture
Did they say anything about like... Remember the whole high definition graphics crap pipeline stuff that they were talking about? Is that still a thing? Are we still doing that? Or are we just not talking about it? Or what happened with that? What happened with that? Okay, we're good. I think they scrapped that or moved it to 1.0. Okay. But either way, why would they even mention it? I mean, it's not really stuff. Why would we care? Why would we care? Don't forget that there's no details about 1.0. Yeah, because why would we give any details about that? We don't want you to get excited about the content. This is the problem with Tarkov marketing. Is it's always been like, we're not going to let you get excited about what's going to be in the update until the last second. We are going to just give you little sneak peeks and little like random videos on Twitter just to hint at what might be coming. And then you guys can piece it together. And then when you're disappointed or when something gets cut, it's not our problem because we didn't say that it was going to be there. What? What are you talking about? What graphics, bro? The fuck? Like, it's not like any other game where they're like, hey, look, we're really excited to give you all this content. Here's like a bunch of stuff that we have to offer. It's like, nah, we'll do that, like, we'll put that in like a patch notes. And then we'll like make a trailer that's like cinematic. But like, really doesn't show that much of what's new. But still like kind of shows it, but we don't really like point it out. Just kind of see it. And then... there you go. Yeah, but that's better and evidently works, but that's okay. That's like saying you're in a race between a supercar and a truck, and the reason you think the truck is better is because the supercar was going so fast that it veered off the road and crashed and burned by accident, and so the truck is better. Because I think, honestly, they don't make promises they can't keep. Yeah, that's true, but they've always been so afraid of shit like that. It's like, you want to get the hype. You want to, like, make the community excited about what's coming. Like, that's literally what everybody else is doing. Because they want you to get excited about the stuff that's coming out. They want, like, and they communicate, dude. And I get that it's like, yeah, Tarkov's popular, Tarkov's at the top of the food chain, whatever. It's great. Yes, it is. You know why it is? Because there wasn't any game, arguably there's still not really any game that's like it. And that's why. Like, that's why, like, because it has that place. Like, it's not due to the marketing or really, like, it's due to the contents of the game and why why people enjoy this type of hardcore experience, okay? Well, yeah, the race car crash. I'm saying in 99% of the scenarios where the race car wouldn't crash, the race car would win. So it's like, what I'm trying to say is, like, you can't just say it, you know, play something. I'm not gonna play this fucking game. I'm waiting for the scab to come up. But it would just be, and I know they're gonna do it with 1.0. They're gonna have, like, a really good trailer for 1.0. Typically the trailers are pretty good, but that's why I really like Grayzone. Like, for example, because Grayzone, they're like, here's our roadmap, here's what we're planning on doing, let's have a stream where we talk about it and get people excited. And obviously it's not as popular right now, but that's because there's less stuff in Grayzone right now. You know, Grayzone's a different, kind of a different sort of game, honestly. It's not like instance, so it's a bit different. Let's be honest, game is still in Unity 2022 and we're in 2025, so okay, well that's, I mean, Unity 2025 may not still solve some of the issues that they're having. I mean, the game engine only carries so much of the torch, you feel me? I mean, Akita said release date before end of Q2 and we got nothing. Yeah, exactly. We got nothing. It just still says 2025. I forgot to mention that last time I streamed. It just still says 2025. I thought we were going to get a date. Are we still in quarter 2? Is quarter 2, like, different now than what I was remembering? Or, because, like, I'd like to know so that I know if I'm going to get fucked over by this trip that I'm going on or not to make content for the wipe. It would be just nice. Arc Raiders. Oh my god. I miss Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, please save us. Arc Raiders, we need you. Where is Arc Raiders? Please, Arc Raiders, come back. I don't agree with you because if you lay out the entire plan, you happen to not like certain aspects of it, then you are screwed because... Then you are screwed because that what is coming is boring from your point of view. I know I'm playing the lore again. No, that's fair. That's like saying the only way to be hyped about something is if you don't know what that something's going to be. Like, it's only gonna be exciting if it is suspenseful. Or sorry, if it is a surprise, sorry. Which isn't true. That's not how that works. And it's fine if people don't like what's coming, then they get feedback. And that's great. Because then they can implement the feedback and have time to implement the feedback. We're still in the beta, isn't that the point? Am I crazy? Am I screaming from a rooftop right now? They have saved us. The Arc Raiders devs are like drug dealers that don't want to make money. Dude, I'm telling you, Arc Raiders, I feel like they might be trying to dodge that date a little bit. I don't think they're going to go for October. I'm telling you, they're going to go for typical BSG fashion, late December, between Christmas and New Year's wipe. And I'm going to be gone. I'm gonna be gone for like a week. Let's go to streets. Oh, okay, Pat. Oh, you're saying they're both equally correct. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood that. Well, I do think one way is better than the other. I do think that laying out a plan, even if it's rough, like they started to do with the preliminary roadmaps, which is great. I wish we had those a while ago. Juris, my diction has followed. That's fire. Thank you so much for the follow, bro. That's an awesome name. But I do think communicating is better. I do. Even if they have to walk back and be like, hey guys, this isn't ready. We're not doing this. Here's why. I think that's better than keeping people in the dark and having people think things are coming that aren't actually coming, or have to like piece together what's actually coming. I do think that's better. And I do think that's the way they should do it. And I don't think that's crazy. And I'll hold on to that opinion. And I know they don't do it that way, and that's fine. And they don't need to do it that way. It's their show. I just think at being open and honest, even though the Tarkov community is toxic as fuck, it's your community. So if you say something, they don't like it, then you get to make the choice if they swallow the pill, or sorry, if you swallow the pill and just keep, you know, you just install it, or if you decide to make changes, roll back. Look at Hollow Knight Silksong, the devs are dead silent about it and the hype is completely gone. Yeah. That's what happens in like late wipe Tarkov. The BSG gets quiet for like 3 months, and then everybody's just like waiting for any scrap of information. And I hate it. It's so ratty. It's just like it's like the players who play the game. They're just sitting in a bush waiting on Twitter for any scrap of information, any random post on the Twitter at 3 a.m. that's gonna release the wipe date. It's gonna release any hint of information, any Nikki leak, any like 0.2 seconds of footage of like a down but not out state, or shit like that. It blows chunks. I'm sorry, it sucks. I'm sorry, it's fine because the game's still good. Saying X community is toxic is nonsense because which community is not? What? I'm gonna let you walk that back. What? Tarkov... I would say Tarkov has like a community up there with like League of Legends and Call of Duty, with how openly toxic they can be sometimes. Where I would say games like, I mean, I hate to just keep bringing up Resampling Warfare, but I would say Resampling Warfare is a pretty great community and a pretty tight-knit community. The only reason why League isn't as obviously toxic to some people is because there's no voice chat. If there was voice chat in League of Legends would probably be shut down. I think, and I think that's I think that's true. We would lose a lot of players on League of Legends. A lot of people would just start getting banned. Okay, so saying Rainbow Six Siege type shit. Yeah, seriously. It's true. I don't even know if it's down but not out. It could just be dragging bodies. Yeah. That's exactly what you mean. Finding scraps and bits of information. Exactly. Like, we don't know. Like, they showed an animation of dragging. It's like, great. Could it be the down but not out state? Could it be them just dragging the bodies to loot it somewhere else? We don't know. Is it part of a cutscene? I don't know. Maybe. You'll find out. We'll see. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome, but we'll see. We want you to have an authentic experience. So that the Tarkov community is toxic, but R6 is toxic, COD is toxic, CS2 is toxic. Your argument is basically saying every community is toxic, and only small communities can be not toxic, and if a community gets too big, it's going to just be toxic again. Which is like a worldview. Which is fair, and I'm not even gonna argue, because I mean, now we're just getting into like the dynamics of the world and politics and everything, and that's fine. You can have that opinion, that's fine. I am more optimistic about people, I feel, in my opinion. I give people benefit of the doubt more often than not. But that's fine. And if you think everybody's toxic, it's cool. It's just I will say, like, there's a lot of people. There is a lot of people who just think that. Also, this queue is crazy. There's a lot of people who just think that, you know, the world's just toxic. People are just naturally toxic, and you know, that's just how it's going to be. And you can't really, you know, do anything to stop that. And people are just naturally evil. And I don't know how you live like that, honestly. I mean, I know it's getting more philosophical, but I don't think I could live like that if I just thought everybody was just inherently, like, every community would just inherently turn bad, and like everything's evil. Like, I personally don't care about the community. Is the game fun? Are there good YouTubers for that game? I'm in. Well, sometimes for certain games, part of the game being fun is partially related to the community that plays it. Like, think of Rust. Like, 80% of Rust players don't know what deodorant is. They haven't been outside since the last wipe 2 weeks ago. It is... like, the community of Rust is part of the reason why I don't want to play that game. Because it's genuinely just awful. Like, just awful to be around those people. Like, just crazy amounts of toxicity in, like, virtually every part of that game. Comparing Tarkov community toxicity to R6 is so invalid. Tarkov players just have a massive ego and think their opinion is 100% correct. Well, that's true, but that's not the reason why they're not comparable. I mean, R6 is more competitive. R6 players are just straight up racist. Whoa, I'm not racist. I play Rainbow Six Siege. Considering you basically have to send job applications to Rust clans to play with them tells you everything. Listen, buddy. If you want to get in this clan, you gotta be on time. This is a shift. We got 8-hour shifts. Night watch. You gotta grind, brother. This is your life. It's scary, bro. This queue is awesome, by the way. I love this. This is peak late wipe Tarkov, in my opinion. I love this. Every community has a toxic minority. Yeah, I would agree. And also, like, sometimes positive people can be negative. Like, sometimes people are just negative sometimes. Like, we have a tendency in online, like, as in Tarkov's community, every community, there's always, like, you know, labeling somebody as, you know, yes or no, very binary, very, like, you know, black and white, you feel me? But, you know, sometimes people are angry about just one thing, or sometimes people are toxic about just one thing, otherwise they're pretty positive about something else, right? Or people misinterpret, like, negative criticism as being toxic, you know? It's a very loosey-goosey representation. I don't apply that principle to real life. We are talking about online comms. When a footballer plays shit for my team, I'll go nuclear online, but I'll never insult him IRL. That's the problem, I think. That right there is part of the problem, I think, with, like, online communities as a whole, is that people will just use that veil of the screen as an excuse for being more rude to other people. And I think that's wrong. I think people who use that as an excuse, or say, like, yeah, I would never do this in real life, are just using that as an excuse for, like, just being an asshole to somebody else, you know, just being an asshole. That's it, actually. Just being an asshole to somebody else. They're like, oh, it's online, so it's okay. It's like, but in real life, I wouldn't do that. It's like, well, you're talking to somebody who also exists in real life. They're also, like, they're not fake. They're also somebody. You just don't know them. It's like walking up to somebody randomly in, like, a coffee shop and just, like, being a dickhead. And, like interrupt, like, throwing their coffee on the ground. And be like, oh, we're in a coffee shop. This isn't real life. Regardless of where, I mean, it's still, like, you're in a game, yeah, but, like, they all, like, they exist. And it's like, it gets to a point, you know? Like, it gets to a point of, like, well, where this is just the boundary that we've drawn for some reason. That it's okay to just be mean here, and not okay to be mean in real life, because that's just different. It's like, what, because you could get your ass whooped in real life? It's like, what? I'm not saying, I'm not, like, Pat, I'm not saying, like, you know, you would necessarily do that. But a lot of people use that as an excuse of just being, like, just being a dickhead because, like, oh, it's online, it's not that big of a deal. Which I think, to a certain degree, is wrong. Because you're still interacting with other people who still exist. And people who have that opinion often say, like, oh, it's just a game. Like, it's just a game, you shouldn't even be taking it that seriously. It's like, you're taking it seriously enough to insult and degrade other people. So I think it is that serious to the point where maybe you shouldn't be doing that because they are another person on the other end of that line. And no, that's crazy. It made it sounds crazy. Average street scav matching time, by the way. Isn't it awesome? We get to get into deep philosophical conversations while we queue. It's pretty awesome. Funny thing about Tarkov is there's Tank Rat's chat, and then there's Jesse Sam's chat. That's complete polar opposites. And then there's Clem's chat. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Community's duty is also keeping members in check. That's fair. Exactly, yeah. What do you think about having rebar on NVIDIA Inspector for Tarkov? As recently Jay's 2 cents mentioned that by default shows off in Windows. Any chance to benchmark the difference? So a couple years back, I did run some benchmarks regarding that. From what I remember, and Purology ran the benchmark recently, but I left a comment on his video talking about this. I saw the biggest difference with rebar and MPI forcing it on versus just having it default on, not on in Tarkov. I saw it when you were VRAM constrained. Like when VRAM was seriously an issue and you were dumping to system memory, that's when I saw the biggest differences in performance along with the actual memory consumption. So I know it's at some point I will play the game. I'm trying. But I will probably at some point make that series again and benchmark it. It just takes, doing those benchmarks does take a while. And with the upcoming changes to like map transit and stuff, I may have to reconfigure how exactly I'm going to do those tests. So we'll see. I think the difference is that in real life shit matters a lot more than in game. I can be an asshole online when my friends miss their Tarkov shots because at the end of the day it doesn't matter. Well, that's just like saying I can be an asshole to my friends when we're outside playing soccer because it doesn't matter that much and we're just playing a game. Either way, you guys are still playing something with each other. You guys are still interacting with each other. I don't think the act directly of what you're doing fully... by the way, MZI, just stay tuned because I'll benchmark that pretty soon. I just don't want to do it so close to wipe because I don't know what's going to change. But I don't think what you're doing in life should affect how you treat other people. Like, I don't think whatever you're doing in life, there should be ground rules regardless of what you're doing on how you should treat other people. And that how you treat other people shouldn't hinge so heavily on what you're doing. I think everybody, like universally, regardless of what you're doing, should inherently deserve some sort of respect like that. And just to like not be an asshole. Now I know it gets harder to do that when, you know, if somebody else is being an asshole, and, you know, toxicity feeds toxicity and fire begets fire, and, you know, it's gonna keep going like that, but eventually you gotta be the one to stop it, you know? So shit got so deep. We're getting deep. We're getting philosophical on this shit. I'm just spouting real shit right now. Okay? I'm sorry. Try finding another lobby. I'm kind of tempted to just see how far this goes. You guys don't got to go anywhere, right? You guys got anything on your schedule? Anything I need to be concerned about? I mean, we could, you know. Wait, I have VRAM issues. Does that mean I would benefit from rebar? When I saw, if you have rebar on in BIOS, now this is, keep in mind, this was like a couple years ago. I saw that when you have rebar on without forcing it through NPI, that VRAM and RAM usage was worse when you force it through, or sorry, when it was off, or sorry, let me rephrase that. VRAM was worse when you have rebar on through the BIOS, not on through NPI. Rebar off or rebar on through NPI was roughly equal, with a little bit of a bias in performance towards rebar and NPI in terms of VRAM usage. So, and I don't know if that's still the case. Like I said, this was like a couple years ago at this point, but that's what I saw back then. I also understood a lot less back then. So maybe when I test it this time, it'll be different. But from what I found back then, that's what I remember was the case. Peak Clem gameplay again. This is what you guys come here for, bro. This is the type of gameplay that you can only find on the Clementine TM Twitch channel and YouTube channel. Nowhere else. Yeah, I'd agree with that. The stakes are different in game. If somebody crashes their car, I'm not going to shit talk them for doing that. The thing is, though, people do that, though. Like, people still do that, though. Which is, which case, like, oh, then you're just being an asshole in that case. It's like, yeah. And it's like, it's different if you're just like, you know, bantering with your friends and stuff like that, right? Like, obviously there's like a line, right? It's not like there's, you know, like shit talking to your friends and stuff like that is one thing, right? Like, it's when you're just doing something fun. Like, I understand like the boundaries there, you know? And I know I play Tarkov, so maybe me talking about like social cues and you know, having an appropriate level of kindness for certain situations isn't really the best. It's not really, this isn't really fitting my job application. Game wiping right now, servers down. You can't park there. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That video. You can't park there, mate. You can't park there. A lot of studying. That video, those memory benchmark videos were a lot of work. So I was, each benchmark took like 40 minutes or something. Like each pass through I did, because I was looking to see if there was like a memory leak, if memory increased over time. Once we get to 20 minutes, I think we got to get out of here. I think that's when I should call the, I mean, we're this far. It's gotta be, at some point I should find one, right? 18 minutes already? What the fuck? I'm trying to set a record, brother. We are going places you have never seen before. You need to run SFC. Oh, okay. Got it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I think you're right. That you might be onto something there, yeah. By the way, is MIP maps like the MIP streaming, I'm assuming, still broken? I haven't gotten around testing it yet. As far as I saw at the beginning of this wipe, yeah, it's still shit. It only seems to help on a like select few systems. Lord knows what those are. But like, so it just doesn't stream in textures quick enough. Like it just, textures just look like shit on the bigger maps 90% of the time, and you just have to stare at them for like 4 minutes for them to stream in. Regardless of your settings, it just takes like ages. You guys want to change the scenery? I think this is probably getting a little boring for y'all. Let me do that. Let me do that for you guys. I'm gonna get OLED. I'm gonna get like, hold on. Let me just like scrub my monitor real quick. I'm gonna get like burn-in on my monitor at this rate, bro. It's gonna burn in. Gotta be careful, guys. Gotta clean that off. Permascav burned in. Just gotta make sure, dude. Yeah, I remember when MIP streaming was goated like 4 years ago. It was fantastic 4 years ago. It was crazy. And now the mighty have fallen. I have the XG27AQ DMG. I have that monitor. Can I do a sleep stream? You guys mind if I do that? I'll be back in like, I don't know. Maybe back in half an hour. Take a quick nap. Come back. Somebody just like follow or something when I get into the queue. It'd be great. Well, you've already started. I can't stop here. I can't stop here. We were at 22 minutes. I can't stop here. This, if I get this to like 35 minutes, this is gonna be a great post on Twitter. I can't stop here. I can't. If I stop here, sunk cost fallacy. I need to keep gambling. I'm gonna win eventually. You don't understand. I've already spent this much. I'm about to fall asleep, I can't lie. Hold on. Should I get like some Subway Surfers or something? Wait. Let me see, hold on, wait. I got something? I'll find something for you, hold on. 99% of gamblers quit before they hit it big. Which is true. That is true, yeah. It's factual. It's what, at least from what I've seen. What do you guys think I should play while I'm loading in? We got... There's a couple different options. We could... golf with your friends. I've got that installed. What do you guys think? Maybe some Minecraft? Do you guys want some Minecraft in the... Minecraft parkour? I could get that going. We got... Temple Run. Get that going, maybe. Would you guys like some AI generated, like, Reddit posts that are read off as well? This is actually getting ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even I'm running out of shit to say, and I talk all the time. This, I'm giving it one more minute, and then I'm screenshot it, post it on Twitter, and then we'll back out of the queue. Browsing the Tarkov Reddit. You're a genius. You're a genius. What is that, by the way, Carbon? I never knew what that was. Okay. Is this sorted by new? New. I want new. New player. I don't want my friends to know I bought the Cultist edition. Will I be able to change everything so they won't know? That's awesome. That's awesome. Wait, that's so cool. Wait. No, that's not really that funny. The guy's not ready for the internet. It's got 4 comments on it. What does it say? No idea. But lol, just play dumb. I don't know, I just clicked buy. If you're this fragile, you shouldn't even play Tarkov. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. Got a text. Okay. Sorry, we're back. Wait, you also use the DuckDuck search engine? No, this is just Brave. Hey Rodrigo, what's up? Any tip to improve Tarkov FPS? You have a 5700X and a 4070. The 5700X is holding you back. You're just CPU bound, so TLDR, run lowest LOD quality if you can handle it, or the lowest you can handle. Make sure you're not overflowing on VRAM. Make sure you're at like max medium texture quality on a 4070. And make sure you don't have background apps running in the background. So like any RGB software, if you can get rid of that, peripheral software, clipping software, stuff like that, get it out of the way. I don't want my friends to know, so I'll make a public statement instead. That's the meta. Let's see. I haven't seen 8-hour cultist timer before. How does pre-wipe work? Shouldn't there be something new today? Yeah. Of course. He spent 7K on a PC, bought Unheard, and is gonna be in the help section in 2 days asking why he can't get 400 FPS on streets. He's not ready. He isn't ready. What are we at? Awesome, 27 minutes, keep it up. Performance issue! Ding 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 ding. Here we go. I'm new to Tarkov and I have a pretty decent PC, but somehow I'm getting 60 to 100 FPS on customs, and meanwhile the same setup is getting almost double on the same map, and my settings are pretty low on graphics. My PC is a 5070 14700F 30, oh, well, it's a pre-built. You can see he's got that CPU. 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's probably running like 5600 megabytes or something. What? Any date on this wipe? My guess is that the wipe will scare people away. The locked maps is really a no-go. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic, brother. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. No, it's gonna be, we'll see how it goes. But I'm guessing it's either gonna be in 10 days, which is the 16th, or it's gonna be at the end of this month. Not this week. No, not this week. It's not this week. Who are you referencing with the same setup? It's getting 160 to 200 FPS on Tarkov without a 3D cache chip. Ever since custom expansions, yeah. Also, this is the video. Oh, it's Purology.
The RTX 5070 has caught some.
What setup is he?
Offering a massive
Shout out Purology, by the way. Make sure you sub to this guy. He's goated.
plus 200 megahertz.
What? What? That's not your setup. That's not your setup. That's not your setup. What? I really hope they wipe next week. I don't think it's going to be next week. I think it's going to be the week after next week or the end of this month. One of the two. I don't think we're getting the same pre-wipe we usually do. Maybe not. Might be right. Do you use PBO? Then why would you? Oh man, do you guys actually go on here? This is, oh, I don't think I can handle this. Thank you. Is my CPU really that bad? I mean, I'm getting half performance. Oh god. Oh no, it's not a bad CPU. It's just that Tarkov is a very under-optimized game and favors heavily AMD 3D cache CPUs. That's why you see a lot of YouTubers and content creators setting benchmarks using that brand. You could very easily see an increase in performance down the line with optimization updates, But this is BSG we're talking about, after all. Oh. Bet you it'll be Thursday the 10th. I mean, that's not a terrible guess. I just feel like it's a little bit early. Oh my god. Why are they so... It literally all, like, most games run better on X3D chips because of the increased cache. It's not like a BSG optimization problem that those CPUs run better. That's literally how that goes. Oh. Stuttering / freezing while firing gun. We've seen this before. See if anybody replied to this. Long-winded post. I can see that. I got like the Star Wars intro scene right here. Yeah, you speculate it's going to be this week to the bosses. I wouldn't be surprised. I've been on-off player. Oh my god, I thought he had a 980 Ti. Okay. I decided to start playing again a few days ago, and the stuttering / frame drops I get when firing my gun makes it unplayable. I have a 3900K. Oh. He's not crashing yet, though. That's good. I've done the following over the last few days. Just set... Okay, Windows... No. That's not it either. That's... Did you wipe your drivers and do that? What? No, why were they disabled? Don't... What? There it is. Yes, that's my goat. That's my goat over there. Every time this comes up, I always suggest making sure you don't have old GPU drivers left over from changing upgrading your card. Yes. That's a goat. That's a goat. That guy better listen to that guy. That's meta. Check that first. That's huge. Under-optimized? Is that a word? I don't think so. 5070 is basically 4070 Super there within 5%. For 1440p DLSS, they're accurate. Or they're adequate for 1440p 99% DLSS. I'd rather have your GPU or 4080. Yeah, that's fair. I agree. Let's see. West Coast Bros is my pistol fully California compliant. No, that needs to... This is the wrong stock. That's... Nope. Not California compliant. Arrest him. Oh, Purology! With the... I made it. I made it. We made it! We'll come back. I just want to see the comments here. Wow, this guy deleted his whole account. Okay, let's go. I did Q in daytime, didn't I? Also, let me go to performance FSR. Because I need to be able to see some things. Oh my god. Dude, look at how CPU bottlenecked I am. I could probably go up to balanced. Even quality. Oop. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Is my FPS... Oh my god. That's crazy. Salute a little bit. I'm gonna go to my classic El Clasico benchmark spot. Should be able to stand there and be relatively okay. On a 7000 X3D, I'm at 75 FPS. Looking over here. Youch. Oh my god. I'm getting close to 60 over here? Turn FSR off and on again? Did that actually... wait. No. Wait. It's higher, isn't it? This is... and it's... oh, and it's dying. Everything I knew and loved. Dude, it's all over the fucking place. They just need to add FSR frame gen, then nobody's gonna complain about performance anymore. I'm a little bit perplexed right now. Let's give this a whirl. I want this to be a 60-second benchmark. Capture. Okay. Scared the shit out of me.
Capture started.
Testing on an unoptimized location like streets isn't a good idea. That is a good idea. That's the whole point. 1 hour wait to load in, gotta jump out because the performance is bad. Yep, can't do it. Can't do it, I gotta bounce. If I get shot, I'm gonna cry. Nvidia frame gen? No, I want them to add FSR frame gen, especially because that'll be usable on a wider variety of cards, so... And honestly, from the people talking about lossless scaling, apparently a lot of people like can't tell the difference in input latency when they're going from like 45 FPS to 90 FPS, which is crazy. But frame gen to 90, you know what I'm saying? So let the people eat cake. Let the people eat cake. That's what I say. Freaks. Okay. Oh my god, I wasn't gonna say that. Holy shit. I'm gonna run one more 60-second right here.
Capture started.
I can definitely tell a difference in latency. Yeah, I mean, I can too. They want to add a new API, Vulkan, but now I think this idea will be deleted. Where did they say that? Will FSR frame gen work with DirectX 11? Info from Russian interview? Oh shit. I must have missed that. People not noticing an input difference while using lossless scaling have to be 50 years old. No, they're not. They're not. That's the crazy thing. Using smooth motion on my 5070 Ti on streets paired with my 9800 XVD has been really nice. Like Tarkov feels like a new game. See, but that's the thing too. You have a very high base FPS. You're at like 100, probably. Like at least at a minimum 80, and using frame generation,
Finished.
which at that point isn't that bad. Frame generation latency. Frame generation feels better the higher refresh rate you start at. Let me take this. Okay. Let's just walk around for a little while. I'm gonna go to quality FSR just so I can see a bit more. Clem, I think I get more frames on my i7. This rate is fucked. There's something's gotta be up, bro. Something's gotta be up. Cause this is crazy. Is my rig dead? You know what? I think I gotta buy a 9800X 3D. I gotta. I have to. It's necessary. I need more performance. I cannot play at 60 FPS. I can't. I need more. That's what I'm here for. And 128 gigs of RAM. Yep. And a 5090. The 7800X 3D is trash! I can't believe AMD scammed me. Ah, how could they? Once I get the big bucks, I'm getting the best GPU and CPU on the market just to laugh at all the peasants with their broke-ass PCs. Come on, brother, don't put them down like that, man. Is that the BTR? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, my bad, bro. Oh. Oh. Why are you tweaking like that? Why are you... Okay. He's doing the jiggle. He's... Hop in it. Don't just sit there silently, you're creeping me out. Close my depot. Okay. Take a ride. Let's go for a ride. Take me to whatever that is. Works for me, bro. Alright, cool. Let's take a ride, y'all. Wait, I guess I'll still talk to him. Have you seen how warm it's gone all of a sudden? What? Warmth is a great thing, but you can't drop your guard. Gotta always be on your toes. It's unfortunate that it's come to that for people to play Tarkov at a decent figure of FPS, they have to own a decent rig. Well, the issue is, like I've talked about, like, for a while, Halo, is that for a while in, like, the GPU marketplace, or, sorry, in the PC marketplace, people always advertise to spend more on your GPU and then cheap out on your CPU more, because the GPU is more important for, like, you know, those single-player titles. But for competitive titles, and also titles like Tarkov that are just a bitch to run, they're very CPU intensive, and they require that extra CPU horsepower to get high refresh rates. So that's where a lot of that issue lies. Had a guy on EFT Discord today trying to tell me you need 128 gigabytes of RAM to run Tarkov? Okay. Yeah, so see, that's the sort of brain rot we're dealing with. You have to reach the mountaintop at some point. Well, just because... Wait, what? Oh, awaiting payment. Awaiting payment? What do you mean awaiting payment? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I paid you. Yeah, I paid you. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the ride. You should also run RAM at lower speeds, so it's not getting overloaded. Somebody said that, didn't they? I think it's secretly Nikita telling you to upgrade. Halo, see, we talked about this. You're not supposed to mention that Nikita told me that, okay? Don't talk about that. You see, now we're gonna have to scrub the VOD. You can't mention that. You can't just say that out loud. That's supposed to be top secret information. What about CPU in Gray Zone Warfare and that other extraction game? Oh, the little mini one! Oh. I'll shadow ban myself. Yeah. Oh, look at the little guy. Oh. Well, CPU usage in Grey Zone Warfare is it's also relatively important too. You do need a fairly decent CPU in Grey Zone Warfare as well, but that's partially because it does some shader compilation on the fly, and those extra threads help with that. Grey Zone Warfare in general also uses a lot more threads than Tarkov does, way more multi-threaded. Grey Zone Warfare is also extremely GPU intensive. Yeah, that is true as well. Are you not looking forward to the hardcore wipe? I have mixed feelings. I'm kind of looking forward to having a bit more of the struggle back and being excited about like finding loot again. I think that's going to be pretty fun. I just think there's going to be more people complaining about cheaters and like about poor performance and stuff, because if some of those things impact their ability to survive a raid and the stakes are even higher, that people are people are going to be even more angry when stuff like that happens to them. Or they think stuff like that happens to them, I should say. Thoughts on PvE? I think PvE is pretty cool. I know there's a lot of people who are like, Tarkov was ruined by PvE. Because people can go to PvE and enjoy themselves and have a good time, and they're not in my games, so I can absolutely ruin them because I aim train 2 hours a day and then play Tarkov the other 12 with my Monster Energy cooler to my left in my room. And it's like, it's fine. People can enjoy it how they want. I think it's cool. I mean, obviously then, you know, the people who are left playing PvP, maybe they're a little bit better on average. Don't know if that's true or not, but, you know, people who just want a more, like, experience where they're actually going to survive more. PvE players were probably not even playing PvP anymore in the first place. That's also, yeah. SBT was brought into the base game, that's good. Yeah. Well, also modding support, is that actually going to happen? Do we know anything about that? Remember when they were talking about that? Cheaters are a problem, but it's a bit overblown. People hackusate so quickly in this game. That's true. People do that a lot. And I honestly think that whoever, was his name Goat, the guy who made that Wiggle video, is part of the problem. And he, you know, painted a picture that it was absolutely terrible. Based off of the information that he had when he used cheats. And I think that's not fair. Even though we can't get much information from BSG, the reason why we don't get much information from BSG is because they don't want to leak like exactly how they're detecting these people, or how they're, well, that's it actually, yeah, how they're detecting the cheats. And they don't instantly ban some of these people because they don't want them to know what got them banned. That's like part of their, that's part of their like playbook. Make the performance wiggle video, please. Not getting oiled up for that video. Yeah, there's no VOD to download. Yeah, you're basically just like guessing. Or you look at their account and see that they have 20 hours on the account as an account lifetime, and they have like a 25 KD, you know? Modding support is just something that's up in the air for after 1.0. Oh, cool. All speculation. Great. That's good to know. You know, the only way to find the performance tankers is to debug the game, which counts as cheating. I remember like trying to use NV Insight, or it's just called Insight, sorry. But that like shows you like a frame analysis, but obviously BattleEye was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, buddy? I was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right, that's my bad. Ooh. Okay. Why were frames so low at the cinema area? I don't know. That was really weird. That's a nice sound. Ooh. So why am I still looting? Let me actually, hold on. I'm gonna load this thing up to full. If I see anybody, I'll know what to do with them. Put that shit to full auto. Spray them down. I also totally stuttered that entire sentence, but it's okay. I thought you could... Can you not get in that door anymore? I swear to God there was another room over there before. Did they close that off? You guys remember that, right? Am I tripping? I'm gonna go and look through the window. They did close it. Why? That's weird. It's a little bit peculiar. Another locked room. Have you noticed they recently limited stacking due to how long it takes to load? It's not a nice smell in my field of work. I did see that, and I think that's fair. I understand that. Why the fuck do you need 20 bags stacked within each other in your stash anyway? Just sell them. You have enough money to buy them. Just sell them. I understand. It's a fine sacrifice. New key incoming, yeah. Cause Tarkov, yeah, yeah. I almost fell up. Okay, my bad. Don't censor my bag stacking. It is my right, god damn it. I can stack whatever I want. This is my stash. You can have a 100k bag and load fine. It's poor algorithmic complexity is what we call it. They have the best artists and worst programmers, I swear. Maybe there was some sort of exploit that people were doing to like infinitely stack backpacks and it was causing issues server side. I don't know. That's what that sounds like. I'm keeping this thing, bro. I'm totally gonna use this at some point. Clem, something happened to my mod status on Twitch. Okay. Alright. You're gonna have to put an application. You're gonna have to stop playing Ark in order for that to happen. Unfortunately. Bet it was the partisan bag stack. What was that? What's that? Was that a bug? Oh, what? It caused crashes when people used it excessively? Oh shit. Yeah, maybe it was that. Play safe, I'd say. Oh wait. Play safe. Wait, what? Oh yeah, play safe ID. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I've heard about that. They forgot to limit it? Ah. I see. Now it's all coming together. I understand it now. What I want to do really quick is I want to restart. And then maybe run one more raid. Oh, there we go. Also, do you guys hear that? Sorry, there's rain hitting my window next to me. Sorry if you hear that occasionally. I experienced what appears to be huge memory leak issues while using the search feature to move some keys to the front of my stash. My FPS tanked and then the game froze. Oh, was it like this? Hold on. Was it like this? I'm just gonna mute this tab for when this blows my eardrums out. Okay. This isn't going to be your typical video for me. It's gonna be very short. Saw a pretty bad bug with the hideout. Oh yeah, here we go. What I did, and you'll see the clip in a second, is I entered the hideout right here. I went to upgrade my rest space, and the second I clicked over here, performance just tanked. Upgrade anything in my hideout? There's the FPS number. What a you saw this? Well, just I'm giving context for other people. That's how we do it, man. Hey, Rest space level 1. Hey, what the fuck happened to the FPS in the hideout, huh? What's going on here? Oh my god, it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
And it stayed like that.
It did, by the way. I got to single digits. I got to 1. I got to 1. So yeah, this hasn't been fixed. I don't know. That's why I haven't labeled it as fixed in the title. Can't confirm. We waited 2 hours for it to hit 1 FPS. I thought we hit. Did we hit 0? I thought we hit 0, like 0.8. You know. Bro, I swear to God, they're outsourcing. In my 10+ years of software dev, I've never seen such dumb bugs. It's so weird. Can you optimize my Arc gaming? That's my next video, Carter. On Arc. It'll run like quadriplegic shit? What? But yeah, we waited a while just to see how bad that FPS got there. I need another 18 minutes to see online again. I'm gonna spawn in on online and I'm not gonna have enough, like, I'm not gonna be able to go over there in time to, also I'm gonna die by the scavs that are sitting outside before I can benchmark. I'm gonna give it a shot though. I'll give it a shot. No, I'm gonna get shot. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get shot. We gotta bring out the drum mag though for this. I think it's only fair. Load PvP into that mag. Fuck it. Oh yeah. This is a beast build right here. Y'all haven't seen this. Oh, this is meta. I don't even have good armor. The nutsack Uzi. $80K for a monoclete. $5 a.m. It's gonna be the best time. Not even gonna insure it. I'm not gonna be on to collect it. So maybe 30 minutes for this queue? Thoughts? Maybe a little bit less. Can we get a prediction? Mods, run the prediction. No, I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Goes offline. Did I go offline? I swear, like, dude, it's muscle memory, bro. Seriously. Seriously, it's muscle memory. Or did you just bait me? Did I just get baited? Either way. It's good to check. Because it's literally muscle memory to just go offline every single time. Not watch the YouTube VOD? Hold on. Wait. I'm checking. I did. Holy shit, I did. That's insane, dude. I, like, seriously. I almost did it again. It's muscle memory. Like, it's like neuron activation when I see that screen to click it, turn off bots, go. So you go offline every time to preload the map? No. No. I don't mean to do that. Just letting the homies bait you. Full stop. Full stop. Pause. If we don't get full control over weather, etc. and solo offline, and at 1.0, I'm done. I'm done, man. I can't take it anymore. Like, you're not, like, I don't want to have to use a second PC and boot up with a whole different account, which has to also be unheard or EOD, just to get to control the weather. Like, I'm losing my marbles. If I could buy co-op still, I would actually. 100%. 100%. Weather boy. What? BSG made this man go insane over a video game's performance. Yeah, they contracted me out. I'm a BSG chill and I'm a spy. They pay all the creators oodles of money. Oodles of money, right? And they're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that, but I will. We used to be a great community, one of the best. I probably shouldn't do that accent. Maybe that's too political. I don't know. I knew it. Customs used to run so good, and then they broke it, and now they're not fixing it. And I said, all you gotta do is add an expansion and not break the map, but then they broke the map. I'm only buying my second unheard account, not buying my third one. They say that I have the greatest benchmarks you've ever seen. I won't show them, but they're great. I should go on the BSG Reddit. I think it's, yeah, I think this is going to be a new tradition. I'm going to go to the EFT Reddit every single time we're loading. I think that's a really great place to be. Oh. 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 Okay. That's adorable. New. There we go. I am so done with this game. Oh, this is gonna be great. I need to read this. Hello. I'm a player playing with a friend after about 2 years. And what do I see? They added a new version for €250? Okay. The most expensive game I've heard of. Must be visible on the gameplay improvement. Let's dive into it. Played some PvE, which gets boring really quickly. So we headed into PvP. We played about 10 raids, multiple maps, and I swear, every time I just got totally obliterated by some guy that just sniped me from somewhere with a 30 KD or 5,000 hours in game. This isn't even fun. I just find no reason to try to play. To bring good weapons into raid and to... David Attenborough reading this would be peak. This isn't even fun. I just find no reason to try to play. To bring good I can't do a good British accent. To bring good weapons into raids and to progress, because I just can't outmatch those guys. Why does it say that in quotes? Those guys. Them. It's so sad seeing that BSG just doesn't care. As I've seen through multiple social media and discussions. What was my favorite game? It's just now a good memory. Sad to say it like that, but I feel like it. So demotivating. One of the worst state Battle State Games has ever been in for Escape from Tarkov. You haven't played the game in 2 years, and the first thing you do after coming back is cry about it being bad. It's almost, dude, this is, I see why you guys go insane. You know, it's actually, I've never like read through these posts. I've never read through, yeah, that was Trump. I've never read through any of these, but this is awesome. This isn't Call of Duty. This ain't your grandma's radio station. Alright, let's scroll down because I saw a good bit of these already. Permadeath. They should add permadeath next wipe and make it so you can only play as a scav if you die for the remainder of the wipe. So that's rage bait. Yep, that's rage bait. Okay. Cool. Oh, what would be good to upgrade? Please tell me somebody replied to this and said, please tell me they said CPU. Yes, you'll need to be forced to change. Yep. Awesome. Okay, good. Decent responses. Decent responses. Still matching. Imagine Dragons video. Yeah. He knows about it. I bet he's the first to come back on here and die after he complains. Yeah. Build the wall around Tarkov. Is Tarkov a game for me based on what I play? Wow. I'm glad he's asking. Volumetric lighting broken. Should I haven't heard anything about that. Skill issue? No, I'm kidding. Did anybody else notice that? I didn't notice that. An 8700K with a 4070. Oh. And 16 gigs of RAM. Oh my god. Holy shit. So they say Streets is CPU heavy because of how big and detailed it is. Does that mean that any map expansion to the other maps comes at the cost of CPU performance? Basically, yeah. Yeah. That's hard to avoid too without compromising competitive integrity. I don't know the details of how they actually are going about trying to call some stuff, but I know they've been... Sorry. Hot take, Lighthouse is not that bad. That's rage bait. That's also rage bait. Guys, I'm teaching you, this is how you identify things that you should respond to, right? Like trying to help somebody with their system performance versus things you shouldn't respond to. Like Lighthouse is not that bad, because sometimes there's opinions that are just so incredibly terrible that there's gotta be something. There's like, it's like there's something suspicious. There's gotta be like some amount of rage bait and clickbait on that. Where do I find this fuck ass chibi? That's awesome. That is awesome. Hardcore count. FPS at 30 keeps tanking no matter what. A 5700 XT and a 7600X. Oh. Lighthouse is a dumpster fire, and that is, in fact, not an opinion. True. I forgot where the spawns are, so I'm gonna get my shit rocked. This is gonna be good, guys. I didn't bring a backpack. Okay. I also have the knife in my security down. It's quiet. Oh, I'm wearing the shitty headset, that's why. What's my button to vault? There we go. Oh yeah, you're right, duh. I forgot you don't lose it. Jesus. See, that's the thing. Now when I'm playing PMC, I have to, like, be on edge. Because now I know everybody... Like, all the PMCs are on the map. My radar is telling me somebody's over here. Sorry, I'm not like sniffing on like as a joke. I smell something. I smell something like frying. I smell like oil. The fuck? What the hell is that? Should I be concerned? Your air frying pizza roll's okay. There's no... I can't jump that. Do I have... I don't have a splint. I didn't even bring any meds for this. Could be a seizure symptom. Oh god. Uh-oh. Oh. That's my bad. Alright. We had a good run. It's a bad peak on my part. Did you just get a kill? I did just get a kill. I must have killed the carry. Seven, but it just doesn't see. There's some. 150-hour account with a 72% survival rate. He's got to be goated. I mean, 61 death out of. He's played Arma. Oh, okay. 28 KD. It just doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense? It just... That's legit, it's my alt. Okay. Yep. I mean, you could get those numbers with scavs, but on average, you're getting 28 kills for every death on scavs and AI? On average? At 150 hours on average. The way he stood there still was already sus if you look at it. I mean, I guess a little bit. Yeah, I do. Yeah, kind of. Just saying though, this is why I don't laugh at those dudes on Reddit. Sometimes there's some validity. Yeah. Sometimes, like, let me check my stats, because that's my 100th raid. I barely played this wipe. I'm like level 20 something. What are my stats? You can't make it up. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I spend most of my time in Big Red, but you can't make this... You can't make this shit up. There's no... it's just so hard to believe. You're telling me this guy's farming scavs like that to get a KD like that? You just can't make it up, bro. How bad is 100% usage on the GPU? That's not bad, you're just GPU bottlenecked. You're always going to be bottlenecked by something. So that's not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious you're either a cheater or getting carried by one. It just... Can we roll back that clip? Just have it like this. We're gonna get there eventually, guys. We are entering into a new era. Okay. Also, it's a little bit quiet for y'all. I didn't realize. Y'all should have said it's a little bit quiet. Hold on. Wait, okay, wait. Oh, that's the second peak. Okay, first peak. I couldn't see through my iron sights, which is why I went to hipfire. The first guy's an absolute drone. Yeah. But that's why I went to hipfire here. Why do you have an anus iron sight? Don't make fun of the Uzi iron sight. He's walking. I'm dead. Oh. That's not bad. Yeah, he just fucked me up. Inconclusive. Can't get over us just making fun of somebody for having a cheater post. I'm gonna post that on Reddit and be like, what? What the fuck? That's why I hate this game. I'll be back in 2 days. Fuck. I can't stand this game. I'm buying Unheard tomorrow. You should play Counter-Strike? I do play Counter-Strike. How could he have killed me? It doesn't make any sense. I'm back. I'll be back tomorrow, but I hate it. I hate this game so much, but I play it every day. I'll be back in 2 hours. I just gotta make some dinner. It's like, alright. If you know anything about War Thunder, it's that every update is super buggy. The most recent update broke so much shit, like, entirely. People on their Discord were bitching so much and then asked what things they should buy since it's on sale. Yep. That's peak. That is peak consumerism right there. That's peak. This is so Clem. You should play Counter-Strike. I am never playing Counter-Strike on stream. I do not want to be banned because somebody will either have a name that's a slur, or say a slur, or type a slur in chat. There's no way I'm touching that shit. Ever. You done lost your mind. 50k channel points will say otherwise. Why didn't I remove that yet? Why did I not remove that yet? I don't know how streamers stream Counter-Strike. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's a great question. People actually debating buying Unheard while owning EOD. Remember when it was a $100 upgrade? Now it's a $50 upgrade, which still feels a little crazy. I still wouldn't spend that much. I have EOD and I will buy Unheard. You're banned. I'll get you out of here. No, I'm kidding. I'll never buy Unheard. The only reason I'll ever buy Unheard is if I need it for offline testing. I have 2 EODs. Okay, that's crazy. I will buy all stash slots and Unheard along with all the camos if they fix FPS. No. Odds are I will probably not ever spend more money on this game unless there's like a DLC that I'll need to buy in order to cover, you know? Also, remember the stuff with that radio where you can call people in? Is that still gonna happen? We sure as shit are unheard of already. It's real. Isn't that shit only PvE? Is it going to be only PvE? I thought there was a way that you'd be able to call them in like mid-raid. Is that true? Like call friends in to drop in mid-raid? Spawn in? Anybody know? Has to be PvP. Who's going to pay that upgrade to fight AI? Yeah. I don't know. But that's I'd give Nikita bad sloppy if he made my shit run at 1440p 165 FPS on streets. We got that on record. Internet footprint. That'd be the infill system Nikita hasn't talked about in a few years. I don't know if it's coming anytime soon. Okay. I'll take a sloppy. You heard it here first, folks.
Capture started.
Nikita must have been on ketamine when he gave the green light on Unheard. Yeah, that was arguably their biggest mistake ever, I would say. Because that got traction like all over the place. That was a rough patch. If you can get me a PC that runs 165 FPS at 1440p on streets, you can gladly get some sloppy. Well, heard it here first. Why does he look like shit past Tarkov TVs, though? Is he okay? I hope so. Was a little weird seeing fucking Moist Critical make a video about the Unheard Edition. That was insane. That was insane. That was a little bit of like a crossover I was not expecting. I can make that happen, just don't look towards the middle of the map. There you go. Let me close this. Oh, wait, let me redo that.
Capture
Hey,
started.
what's up, Philin? Hope you had a good weekend. You too, man. Been pretty good. Been chilling. It's been a lazy weekend, honestly. I should have made a video this weekend, but honestly was just chilling all weekend. Just kind of nice. I had a long weekend, which was good. My buddies wanted me to play PvE with them, so I bought Unheard. 3 months later, the upgrade was $20. Yep, swindled. Pulled that shit. He also streamed Tarkov and was so fucking bad at it, I don't think he actually got a single quest done. That's huge. 11800 X3D about to ruin this man's whole career. That the next generation of X3D processors I might actually consider upgrading to. From a 1700 X3D. I think it would be enough of an upgrade. I don't think I really need it right now.
Capture finished.
But I'm glad I'm going to have that path in the future. What? If they were in the EU, they would get the face punch treatment? That was a bomb? Was that a threat? What are you talking about? What? Love that. Love that difference in between the two raids. It's awesome. If you bought Unheard with EOD before the price reduction, they give you a $50 voucher. For what? Starbucks? What? Something about Face Punch Studios getting a threat that they had to cancel going to a con or something? Oh shit. Was due to recoil changes in Rust. Okay, so people actually have no life. Okay, cool. Got it, got it. Oh wow, it was a thing. I'm done. Okay. UK isn't EU? No, remember the whole Brexit thing? I don't think they're EU anymore. You can buy any of the things in their store minus physical merch. I didn't get unterred. The 100 edition's $200. It's not $250. Unhinged edition. €300 after taxes. Oh my god. Holy shit. That's like Star Citizen level of money spent on a video game. It's kind of low-key absurd. That face when Star Citizen is more FPS than Tarkov? Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if that's true. Star Citizen has some issues. People in Discord today were actually defending the price tag for hours spent in the game. The only reason you're spending that many hours in the game is because of either your obsession with getting to... Oh. You good, Twin? You taking a nap? Oh. Hold on. Just take that real quick. I have VOD, I'm good still, right? Yeah, you're still good. But that doesn't... That really doesn't check. Because hours spent on the game... Like, that's entirely subjective. Because you can, like... It's not like a single-player game where there's a set, like... rough amount of time that you're like expected to play. Like the game will roughly span X amount of hours or whatever, right? And also the 100 edition background does give you that stutter. That is awesome. I saw you guys benchmarking that the other day. That's pretty awesome. You could recreate it on several systems. Can't believe that still hasn't been fixed. Like that's genuinely insane. Hey, what's up, Em? Welcome in, man. 10K hours if it hasn't been enjoyable isn't worth. Yeah. If you're not enjoying the time you're playing, is it really worth it? Are you just playing because... Like, are you enjoying it while you're playing, or are you just playing it because you feel like you have to get to a goal? Like, are you playing it because you seriously enjoy it? Like, think about it. Because if you're enjoying it, then good, then keep playing it. It's like, if you're not enjoying it, and you're just playing it because, like, sunk cost fallacy, you spent the money on it, and so you have to play it, you have to get Kappa, you have to do all this shit, like, that's not worth, bro. 7K hours on SPT? Holy shit. What? No other FPS feels good anymore? That's crazy. That's insane. That's the craziest shit I've read in my life. What do you mean? Tarkov's gunplay is good. People have been saying this a lot, where they're like, dude, if Tarkov doesn't have... Like, I can't look at gunplay in other games the same way again. I'm like, what exactly is making it, like, that crazy? Like, I think it's good. I didn't... Like, what's the thing that's making you have that opinion? Unpopular opinion, Unhinged Edition was the way to go for me. I started with Standard, upgraded to the next tier, and before I knew it, went for the Unhinged. It was the PvE upgrade. Oh yeah, but now of course they have PvE that you can buy separately, of course. Like 200, there were 2,000 hours in regular Tark, but I was streaming for a good portion of this game. Has taken years off my life. That's fair. I have 3,500 hours in it, man. Most of the last 500 hours has been just benchmarks. And scab runs. For me, it's just that Tarkov's gunplay is so responsive without any bullshit where bullets go sideways while hip firing. Other games have that too, though. Like that comparison is like comparing Tarkov gunplay to like Counter-Strike and Siege, which I guess is, I mean, yeah, they're both shooters, I guess, but like, you know, Greyzone has like a similar thing. For example, hate to just keep bringing up Greyzone as an example, but they have that same sort of thing. Ready or Not, I guess I would bring that up too. Comparing apples to bowling balls. Yeah, I was like, those are competitive shooters, you know? It's not the hip fire, it's point fire or point aiming. You can't even do that. You can't even do that in Tarkov. I can't. I ADS or I'm like this. Which most people would refer to this as hip firing, but I guess reality is point firing. Because you're still holding the gun up.
EFT is not a fun game.
Displosions! Thank you for the prime, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. No more ads. Welcome to the land of the living. You can only point fire if you ADS without any optic or iron sight. Yeah, and you can't do that. Like, I know you can do that in Ready or Not. You can do that in Greyzone, too. Tarkov doesn't have that mechanic, though. Oh, a Clin. Holy shit. I gotta get out of here. But, okay. Yes, but you do not aim from the hip as in those 80s action movies. You hold the weapon higher. Yeah, 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 that's true. And other games do that too, though, but yeah, fair enough. I mean, Tarkov gunplay feels fine enough. I don't like Tarkov gunplay sometimes, though, because of the bullshit that gets in the way of you actually aiming your gun. Like, you get hit and your screen's blurry, and you have the camera shake, and you have the particle effects in the corner of the screen, and like, especially if you're like bleeding out and stuff, it's like all this extra shit's getting in your way from actually being able to shoot the gun. That's exactly what you're gonna be saying next wipe. No, I'm gonna love the game next wipe. I'll do the typical content creator thing where, you know, I love the wipe. I think BSG did a great job this wipe, and then as the wipe progresses, I'll say worse and worse things. I'll say progressively worse and worse things. Be like, man, is Tarkov dead? Oh man, is this game being ruined? Does BSG know what they're doing? What I would do to fix Tarkov. What I would do to save Tarkov. Red arrow. And it's like a nothing burger video. 50 billion views. I know what I'm doing. Same as in Gray Zone Warfare though. That is true. That is true. I criticized the same in Gray Zone as well, because I don't like the blur. The blur I think is really stupid. You can have like the camera shake and stuff, but if there's physically no way for me to see where the opponent is, I think that's bullshit. Like, I do think the changes in the last half year were great, and the game's in a much better state than in December. I agree. I think it is too. I think that's a fair thing to say. It's realism. Oh, yes. Yeah. Because in real life, I can have both my legs broken by a 12-gauge shotgun and pop a Advil and sprint 100 meters. Just keep injecting myself with first aid kits. Man, Clem, they should hire you for optimization. No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. I do not have nearly as much experience as those devs do. Not even close. Not even close. And I'm not going to act like I do. The things that I know about are in terms of like just PC performance, cleaning up your Windows OS, testing settings, seeing the performance impact. I am not the guy behind the wheel. And I'm not going to act like I am. I love learning about it, but it's not my degree. I'd love to. Like, I'd love to keep learning about it and, you know... I think it's really interesting, obviously, or else I wouldn't have this channel, but, you know, I can drink more water too, I'm dehydrated. Another bottle. Okay. Community optimization chief? I'll take it. Shit. They should hire some SPT modders. I've heard people unironically saying that, yeah. I was like, do we really need more outsourcing? Coding is much more difficult than one would assume. Yeah, everyone who's saying BSG spaghetti code doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. The game as it stands is a technical marvel on Unity. Especially. Obviously it still runs like hot trash for a lot of people, but like, you know. Just now seeing the $600 ship for Star Citizen is insane. You're just touching the tip of the iceberg there, brother. I'm pretty sure there's more expensive ships than that. Actually, I'll walk up real quick. Do a little bit more walking around. I do think the AI programmers for SPT are really good, and BSG should learn something from them. I mean, people keep saying like, oh, the BSG devs don't know how to code, and like you said, like, people who say that, it's like, but do you? It's like, yeah, you can critique it without knowing about it, but like, you're talking about it as if it's like they're like, like it's something really easy. It's like, oh, you don't know how to make a fucking sandwich? It's like, it's difficult shit, especially when you're, like, running on, what is this running on? I don't know. At least 5-year-old code? What are we on? 6, 7, 8 years? Something like that? No Man's Sky stream next Friday. Oh, meta. Content shift. No Man's Sky's awesome. Shout out No Man's Sky. W devs over there. There's roles you can get for spending more than $5,000, which unlocks the really expensive shit. Yeah, if you're a true believer, you can spend $5,000, get the extra title, spend more money after that. I am confident that it is not difficult to code game development compared to what you are streaming on, man. Huh?
EFT is not a fun game.
What do you mean by that? You saying game development is about as difficult as streaming? What are you saying? I don't think I'm getting you correctly. I don't think I'm understanding you correctly here. No, I mean in Star Citizen, you get roles for spending absurd amounts of money that unlocks the ability to purchase the 10k plus ships, yeah. Have you tried Texas-style BBQ? Brother, have I tried Texas-style BBQ? Who do you think I am? I'm an American, goddammit. I've tried every single type of BBQ on this goddamn country. I eat it every day. It's goated though. Memphis-style BBQ? Oh my god. Have you ever had a dream that you do we will do. I've tried, but the brisket in Europe is just not suitable for what you guys make. Can't do it anywhere else, man. People saying Texas style BBQ is so weird. Don't pretend it's some special shit compared to literally anything else. That's also kind of real. Good BBQ is just good damn BBQ, bro. Now we're talking about pizza. Now that's a different story. Now that's a different story. That's where things start to get complicated. KC is the best? KC? Kansas? Are you saying Kansas City? It took me so long to remember what KC even stood for. There's no way. Okay. What are we talking about here? What's up, Knight? Welcome in, man. Your guys' flour is fucked over there, so there's no way you make good pizza. There's no way you're saying that to us. Wow, there's no way. There's no way. It is... You've never had it. You've never had it. I'm sending all of you Chicago deep dish pizza. And Chicago thin crust. Both are fire. Both are fire, both are gas. You got good meat? Damn right I do. But every other food in the US is just kind of garbage in quality compared to Europe. That's actually, that's what I've heard. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have heard the same thing. People have been saying that. Like every time people go to Europe, they're like, holy shit, this food's so like fresh and good. And it's like, sorry, go back to eating your regular American slop, please. Shut your mouth. Wild would die at the sight of Chicago. It would scare him to death. Chicago ain't for the faint of heart, bro. Sometimes, listen, you guys are used to running scav raids, okay? Sometimes you can consider going for going for Chicago deep dish pizza, like running a scav raid. You spawn in, you have a set of randomized gear, whatever you brought with you, and you gotta scavenge for the right supplies to survive until you get to the pizza shop. Deep dish is a weird way of saying casserole. Anything Chicago style is awful. So, see, this is where the band hammer starts to come into play. You can't... No. Anything Chicago style is awful is the craziest shit I've heard in my life. And I'm sorry if I'm a biased person. Shut up and eat your corn syrup. Yeah, my bad. I gotta get back to my high fructose corn syrup and red 40. I love my artificial dyes. I love it. I love it. I love the artificial dyes. It's great. Things need to be as artificial as possible. Guys, pizza should either be Roman or Neapolitan? What? Are you for real? Are we serious right now? We're not real, right? Yeah, this has got to be rage bait. See, there's got to be something. Something is just not right here. Have you ever looked up how many additives you guys have in flour? No, because ignorance is bliss, and I know it's terrible. And I'm very scared. Who made the nipple pizza? This is just ridiculous. Like this, no. It's just not. It's just not. No. There's just something wrong here. I was brought up on Pizza Hut when they still had ashtrays and the crusty Pac-Man machine in the corner. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's fire. A smoke with your $10 Pizza Hut pizza. Deep dish is more like a pie. Oh, see. People always bring up this argument. They always bring up this argument. They always bring this up. They say, they're always like, dude, deep dish pizza isn't a pizza. It's a casserole. It's a pie. It's a pastry. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's bread, and you have sauce on the bread, and you have the cheese, and you have the sausage, and you have the pepperoni. If it tastes like pizza, if it looks like pizza, I think it's fucking pizza. It's just thick pizza. It's thick pizza. Sorry, the dough. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Okay. You get what I'm saying, bro. Told you. No. See, now that's gonna be used against me. Can't have nice things. We can never have nice things. That's okay. It's like saying cereal is a soup. Isn't it a soup? Wait. Might as well call it a sandwich. But no. Now you brought up something else. See, now we're turning the tides of this conversation. You said, I don't think that's crazy to say. I don't think that's, and I, depending on how you, a burrito, is a burrito a cannoli? Think about it for a second. Proper 3-day fermentation with Italian tipo 00 is the nits? What? I need to smoke another. Calzone is kind of a sandwich. I think I mean everything's a sandwich if you consider there's air on the top and the bottom. There's something holding together the sandwich, or the, you know, never mind. That's a terrible argument, I'm sorry. Never mind. And it's gone. And the conversation's gone. It's ruined. It's ruined and I ruined it. Dick pills. Wow. Cobra. There's Cobra. Shout out Cobra. Oh, those are kind of ass. I don't have that many. I don't have good tags this way. Terrible tags. Terrible tags. Terrible dog tag economy this way. Yeah, these are just bad. Terrible tags this way. Okay. Anyway, I probably should get going for today. It's 4:45. Got to get ready to eat all that stuff. I will be back. When will I be back? The worst case, as per usual, next Friday, 6:30 p.m. CST. Or maybe even I'll stream Thursday. I don't know. We'll find out. Or maybe I'll stream early Friday. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Just know I typically stream Friday, 6:30 p.m. CST, Sunday, 1:30 p.m. CST. I'll be back. We'll see if the wipe's this week. It would be actually kind of cool if the wipe was this week. I'd have some time to make videos and stuff, but they typically never give me time to do anything. No Man's Sky stream on Thursday, guys. No. See, I would love to. Maybe I would just stream it on Twitch, but I think No Man's Sky is fire. But we're not that far into variety yet, okay? Would you suggest doing the latest NVIDIA driver update for Tarkov and Resampling Warfare? I would recommend 576.80. I don't know about the next one yet, but so far I've heard decent things about, I think it's .88, is it? If I remember correctly? 576.88, if I remember correctly. I know the Resampling Warfare devs have at least recommended 576.80 recently. Has Road to Vostok got some updates? Yeah, it actually has. It has gotten some updates. They've been doing a lot of things on that, from what I remember. I've seen his occasional YouTube videos and stuff. He's still around. He's still making stuff, which is awesome. Also, Julian, I don't know if I thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, by the way. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll be back at the latest, like I said, next Friday, 6:30 p.m. CST. And yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you follow. Check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch. I'm on both. And make sure you join the Discord, !Discord, or pinned in the chat, or in the top link in the video description. I will see you all next time. Peace. Just call me BB. I just saw that. You know I'm still here, right? I'll see you guys.